Oh boy, our prayers have been answered. Let's get it. Geeks, what's poppin'? I'm back again from another hiatus. Forgive me, I was out of town for a week and I came back super sick because that airplane air always gets me. So I went 2 weeks without reviewing, did like 3 reviews, and then went another 2 weeks without reviewing. But hopefully I'm back and here to stay. What a better way to kick off my return than with this Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home Green Goblin. This figure, from what I've seen, is a blessing. I'm not sure if you saw it, but I think it was SH Figure Arts or some other company had put up a pre-order for a Green Goblin just like this, but it was like almost $300. And yeah, it had some metal parts and some chrome deco, but from what I saw in the reveal of this one more than suffice for most collectors. It has crazy detail, it's super accurate and looks great, and for the price point, it really beats that other one as far as bang for your buck goes. But enough yapping, let's dig in. I haven't even opened this thing yet, and I'm already thinking ahead to a comic book Goblin glider. Those Goblin gliders that we've got with these Green Goblins are trash compared to this. Hey, they've got the mold now. They can just change it up. I know it won't be comic accurate, but I prefer to have a modified version of this than what we've been getting. All right, so he comes with a Goblin glider, a stand, an alternate head, a hood, and sunglasses. This makes me want two, but it's not the budget. All right, so sweet. I didn't notice he comes with a pumpkin bomb. Always love some extra. All right, first off, we got the glider. Textured pattern detail here. And you can see it bends and open and flexes. A lot of love and care put into this. Got green lights in the back. No color under here, but that's to be expected. But it does look good. Then you have Mr. Osborn, the Goblin helmet, his foot harnesses, and the pumpkin bomb. This thing's spectacular. His pumpkin bomb snaps into his hand. That's the way it should be. The other goblins we have, the comic book goblins, you gotta bounce them in there. You lose them. I know I've lost one or two. That one, you gotta force it in there, and once it's in there, it stays. He looks great. The foot harnesses, they have pegs that attach to the bottom of his foot, and then they have pegs that attach to the glider. And then the glider wings, they open and close to give you a little bit of leverage to get him lined up, so you really don't have any problems. Now, I will say the stand, unlike the ones that we've gotten before, at least in my experience, this thing is really hard to get in there, and it's really hard to stay. When you move it around, it pops back out. So once you get it in, and be careful, because this can snap easily. I've bent it a couple of times. Move it slowly and apply pressure when you're posing it, so that way it doesn't pop out. Armor has a chrome metallic finish. Think a lot of MCU figures like the Eternals. Great deco. The sculpting on his outfit is amazing. The armor really looks like armor. If this cowl had been soft goods, that would really set it off. I don't mind that his neck is showing because that's realistic. He does put a helmet over his head so his neck would show. That doesn't come all the way up. You've got deco here on his arm pieces, so they didn't go cheap. Even his fingers have sculpting. His gloves are textured and riveted. You got silver deco on the back. This looks really good. You get a 360 with that big old goblin head. To the left, to the right, looking down, up. Arms get up yay high at the shoulder. Hug range is a little wide. Wingspan sicketh. 360 at the shoulder. 360 at those biceps. Nothing to form. You get 360 at the wrists. Be careful with the claws there. Vertical wrist hinges give you a repulsor blast. And kiss the ring. Repulsor blast is shallow. Right at where the wrist hinge goes in, there are some raised texture on the glove that prevent it from going up much further. Double joint pinless elbows, giving you all the action you could want. There. Got a lower abdominal rocker, gives you some crunch. A little bit of willy way back action, not much. You can definitely lean with it, rock with it, and roll with it. Now he's got a strap across the chest here, so even if you could get a 360, you don't want to do that. Pop off. He doesn't have any waist articulation. Bend over's good. Bend damage pretty good. Kick's not too high, not too low. Split decent. And he does have drop hips. It's a very shallow drop, but you can see there, goes down a little bit. Pinless double jointed knees do the trick. Toe range. Rockers. You bring them inches, a little bit over 6. And there he is, just kicking it with the crew. All right, so where do I stand on this one? As if you already didn't know, this is as close to perfect as it gets. Hasbro went all in. They should get credit where credit is due. Very minor flaws with this one. First one, the stand. Too difficult to work with, too difficult to get in. You should be able to just pop the stand in and go. Number 2, he should have been able to turn at the ankles. There's no ankle turn here. Yes, the feet turn, but putting him on the glider, he'd look a lot more natural if you could actually spin the ankles right here. He'd be easier to position. On those two, I have no complaints. This thing is fantastic. Again, it shows what Hasbro can do when they put their minds to it. I think the only real trouble besides the stand you'll have with this figure is which head to display, because this Norman Osborn head is the real deal. I think I'm gonna get a second body, put this head and that hood on it, and maybe get some soft goods from eBay or something to match that hood, because this has to be on the show. I don't want to say unfortunately, but I have to say, as usual, when we see this type of effort, it's an MCU figure. I would like to see a few combo figures get this kind of love and care. I know they say that they do them all equally, but usually when we get a figure that has this much detail, this much deco, and shows this much love, 9 out of 10 times is an MCU figure. But hey, let me not make this about complaints. Let's celebrate this figure. It is awesome, and it saves you $200. So I really shouldn't be complaining. Now, I do have a review for all 3 of these fellows from the 3-pack. Link is right at the top of the right-hand side of your screen. Make sure to check it out. All right, if you're still here, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. Make sure to share a link with a friend that loves the classic Marvel Legends like we do. Sound off in the comments. Let your voice be heard. Let's talk about it. You know I love the conversation. Till next time, geek out.